Hello, hello, welcome everyone. We are live. How are we doing today? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Yeah, we are live for another show here. It's been one of those weeks, I feel like, today. How are you guys doing today? I just have been dragging all week. I don't know what it is. So anyway, super excited to get into this and hang out with you guys. Hopefully that'll give me a little bit of energy. I don't know if it's maybe a WWDC hangover or something. I didn't even get to go to the actual event, but all the excitement, perhaps. But yeah, we were just going to hang out. If this is your first live stream here on the channel, we're going to hang out, talk about smart home stuff, Apple Home, anything new products, new news, and then just do a live Q&A here where you guys can ask me questions and all that good stuff, for the next hour or so. Just a good time to hang out and talk to fellow smart home enthusiasts. So with that said, let's jump into the chat, and I'm going to say hi to some folks here. Oh, real quick, I do want to share the, let's do copy link. So if you do want to become a channel member, I see we got some channel members here in the chat. Thank you guys for being members. But I'm going to put that link here in the chat. If you do want to join and become a channel member, if you're not already, it is, I'm going to pin this message here for a little bit. Yeah, would love to have you. It's a great way to support the channel, and you also get access to our little Discord server, which you can see over here. You can see our live stream happening right now. So I put events in here. We do a monthly video chat on Zoom with all the members, and also you can get into this Discord server where we're always kind of chatting. We got lots of channels for HomeKit questions, automations. You got Matter here. We got channels for all the different product categories, even some advanced stuff for those Home Assistant users and things like that. So yeah, our Discord is a lot of fun. I get in there every day. So I just want to let you guys know about that. And yeah, let's hop into the chat. See who's here. Let's say hi to some folks. Frederick is here. What's going on, Frederick? Hope you're having a good week so far. It is 96 in Texas right now with a humidity of 60 degrees. Wow, okay, so it's getting up there. Today was actually overcast here, so yesterday was super hot, but today was much nicer. So I actually was able to walk the dog in the middle of the day. It's already getting too hot on most days to do that, I feel like. Let's see, all good to know. Let's see, new U100 owner here in Pittsburgh. Awesome, Green Arrow. Very cool. So let us know in the comments how you're liking it. The new Aqara U100. So yeah, that was released since our last live stream. So we can get into that a little bit too if you guys want. I think it was the day after our last live stream. I put out that video on the new Aqara U100 locks. So let's see, we got that right here. Yeah, this came out, and I've been using this thing for a while. Like I said, full video over on the channel. You can find that below somewhere. I know a number of people that have ordered this already, including Green Arrow here. Let's see. Oh, and Chris Kirby as well. New U100 owner. Happy with it as well. Very cool. Let's see, Palma Kit from France. Kyle is in the house. Dan, what's up, Dan? How you doing today? Silverhammer Surveillance is here. What's up, George? How you doing? Hope you're having a good week. Best membership on YouTube. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Dan. That's very kind of you. That means a lot. I really do appreciate that. And you guys are awesome. The reason the Discord group is so awesome is because of you also. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Let's see. Ooh, 85 degrees in Athens, Greece. Alexis from Greece. We got George's here. Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? Scott McNair. Awesome. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Tim from California. Andre Jones, what's up, Andre? Just ordered the Aqara M2 to stabilize my Aqara cameras. They've been unstable lately. Interesting. I'm not sure how the M2, if that would really do anything to stabilize your Aqara cameras, because the Aqara cameras are direct to Wi-Fi. So unless you're talking about maybe, yeah, the Aqara cameras, yeah, they're all directly to Wi-Fi. So I'm not sure if that would help. Might be a network issue there, but hopefully you get that worked out. Lurk Jerk, my only membership. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the support and being a member. It's true. Oh, we got Matt Corey in the house. What's going on, Matt? What's going on, Matt? The developer of the very great Signals for HomeKit app. It's true. The Discord is really active, and there are a ton of smart home folks there. Indeed, very, very much so. Thank you, Matt, for that. I hate Discord. That's funny. I don't entirely disagree with this. I kind of hated Discord too. Before doing the membership, and I just kind of created that. I actually was a part of a few other Discord servers and just did not like it at all. But our server, I gotta say, is different. Great folks. It's always a lot of fun. That's really the only Discord server that I'm active in these days is the membership server. And yeah, like I said, it's a lot of fun over there. Stian, not sure if I'm saying that right. Sorry if I butcher your name, guys. From Norway. Awesome. We got people from all over the place. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense, Andre. So moving all the child devices to the M2. Yeah, that totally makes sense. And hopefully that will give you some more stability there for all your child devices. So yeah, totally get that. Okay, that makes sense, especially since you can hardwire that one. So. Love coming in from the UK. Kevin, sorry having to sit this one out. Love coming in from the UK. All good, Kevin. Thank you for popping in. I hope all is well all the way over there in the UK. Paul, been working all that overtime, 12-hour days, except for Wednesdays to watch the live stream. Well, I'm glad you could get a little bit of time off and hopefully relax and hang out with us here today. Working hard over there, Paul. That's all right. I like that. I much appreciate it. I appreciate that. Don says this is the only Discord server that I spend any time in. Well, thank you for hanging out in our Discord server, and I'm right there with you. Same here. Jeff West is here. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Let's see. I'm getting this weird pop-up thing. Let me see if I can switch this, if that will help any. Shane, SwitchBot will update their lock to Matter, making it compatible to HomeKit on June 28th. They're also working on HomeKey integration. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Let me see if I can find anything on that. I was aware that this is coming. Let's see, SwitchBot lock Matter. I didn't know if they had announced anything officially or not on this. Let's see, January. I'm not seeing that. Let me know if they've announced that officially somewhere. I guess so if you said June 28th. But yeah, it's definitely coming soon. And today is June 14th. So yeah, the lock will be the next SwitchBot device to support Matter as far as I'm aware. And currently we have the SwitchBot Curtain. We have the SwitchBot Blind Tilts. Both of which you know I am a fan of, especially those blind tilts. I have a bunch of them. Just set up a few others at a friend's house. That Smart Home Nursery, I don't know if you guys watched that video, but I set up a few of them over there as well. And yeah, good devices, and really excited that they're bringing the lock, the SwitchBot lock. Let me pull that up just for those who may not know or be familiar with the lock. Let's see, products. Let's go over to SwitchBot's website here. So here's the blind tilt. This is the hub. So you will need the SwitchBot Hub 2 in order to connect any of their devices to Matter. So it's like Matter over through the hub essentially. But we are looking for the lock. So yeah, this here is the SwitchBot lock. And what makes this guy unique, as you can kind of see here in the video, it's kind of a retrofit option, much like a lot of the SwitchBot devices. So this fits over your existing lock. So this is really nice for, renters or, somebody who doesn't want to replace the actual lock. You can use this, and yeah, it works really well. So excited to see that come over to Matter pretty soon. Let's see, I wish more HomeKit locks supported HomeKey. Dan says, yeah, I'm totally right there with you. I agree. I love the HomeKey feature. One of my favorite things. I did not know I have not heard anything about SwitchBot supporting HomeKey, the HomeKey feature, so that would be news to me, but I'll look into that if it's possible, or if it's coming, I'll be sure to share that as well. Let's see. Chris says, finally doing under cabinet lighting. Have you learned anything since your OG video in that, or updated anything? Oh, good question, Chris. So yeah, I did this. This was actually, could be to date, my most popular video on YouTube. I know it was for a while, where I redid the under cabinet lighting in my kitchen. I did above the cabinets too. For those, I used the VocoLink, I think it was the LS2 light strips. So it was like now I think there's a LS3. Anyways, I use those. The only thing I've updated or changed since that video is I did add diffuser channels to it. So I didn't do that in the video. It's something I did later on, just because I was getting a bit more of a reflection on the countertop of those little LEDs. Were kind of reflecting on the countertop a bit more than I wanted, so I did add a diffuser channel underneath. So I didn't change anything up top, those are fine, but underneath the cabinets I added a diffuser channel, put the light strip in there. That's the only thing that I changed. I'm still using those same light strips. They work like a charm, work every day. If I were gonna do it again, just because, let's see, if I was gonna do it again, I would consider Nanoleaf light strips, or I don't know. The VocoLink ones, like I said, they work great. They're just not, the whites aren't as bright as, like, I think Nanoleaf probably has the brightest like white. The Eve light strip is also really bright, but I like that the Nanoleaf light strips, they're not Wi-Fi, so they connect over Thread. So that could be kind of cool if if you're into that. And the whites, the bright whites, and the cool and warm whites are super bright on Nanoleaf. So I would do Nanoleaf if I was going to do it again. But yeah, other than that, they're still working great. Let's see. I don't know anyone whose house has been broken into by lockpickers, so don't worry about that. Yeah, for real. I must have missed the original comment. So too bad we can't change the key in the car U100. Lately, I see short videos of lock picking. Yeah, so it's so funny. Every time I make a video on a lock, there's always somebody who says, "I'll wait till a lock picking lawyer reviews this." Every lock video, we get that comment, which is cool. But yeah, I totally agree with Green Arrow's comment here. I always say a lock is to keep the honest people honest. That's all it is. If somebody wants to break into your house, they're probably not picking your lock. I'll just say that. It would be a lot easier to smash a window that's about 2 feet or less than that from that actual lock. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Locks keep honest people honest, and that's probably about it. Let's see. Yeah, a locksmith should be able to, if they have the correct size tumbler pins. Yeah, that's true, Frederick, and it is possible. I was not able to get my U100 rekeyed using the, kind of the typical Schlage and quick set lock kits around here. The pins are inside the lock, are too small. You probably could see that if you watch the video. Where I took it to Home Depot. And I actually know another friend has also tried getting one of these rekeyed. I don't know. I think he went to a locksmith and was still unable to do it through a locksmith. So, it probably depends. Maybe you can find a locksmith that could do it. It's definitely not an easy thing, like a lot of locks are, like the Schlage Encode Plus, for example. Super easy to rekey that thing, but the U100 is not. And that is probably the one downside of anything. I mean, I do like I never use the keys, the physical keys anymore since I have these smart locks. But they are good to have. Like, I did actually have an issue with my Schlage recently. I think I talked about it last week on the live stream. And, every now and then you might need that key. So it's good to have. And in those events, it is nice to have one key for all your locks. You don't want to carry around 3 keys for different locks, especially if you never really use them. So, I get both sides of it, I guess. Dennis, I have not heard anything about August and HomeKit at all. Actually, I haven't heard anything new from August in quite a while. What type of keyboard are you using? This is I got this question last week. This is the Logitech, let's see, MX Mini mechanical keyboard for Mac is what I'm using. So a couple of things I did want to run through here too. Before we'll get to like a actual Q&A. Tell you what I will do. I'm going to do a Q&A and we'll get to this in a second. I got a couple things to mention. I'm going to start a Q&A. If I can type right. And you guys can drop questions here. So I'm creating a Q&A. You should be able to see that pinned to the top of the chat here. And let me remove this other message here. So you should see there, you guys drop your questions. If you have anything you want to ask me.
I'm not sure I understand.
Every time. Every time. If you want to drop any questions for me, you can do that. You should see that pinned message at the top. Drop your questions there. Please, let's just drop questions there, not comments. We'll do comments right here, and I will get to those in a second. Because sometimes the YouTube little question thing doesn't work for me. So we're going to do that. We'll do a Q&A there if you guys have any questions for me. Still waiting for more affordable HomeKit compatible roller shades. Yeah, so we have a few options. Have you looked at Smart Wings? That might be one. They're a little bit more affordable. I haven't really compared them to like the Eve. Let's see if I was actually looking at those recently because let's pull those up because I was actually on Instagram today, and also follow me on Instagram if you're not. I spend probably more time there than any other social media thing. Let's see if I can find the but yeah, I was on Instagram and I saw Smart Wings actually had an ad showcasing their Matter blinds. So I mentioned this a little bit last week. They actually sent me some of these. They have some roller shades that support Matter. So, whoops, wrong one. Sorry, guys. Here we go. So this is Smart Wings, and they've been around for a little while. I've never used them until recently, till trying these Matter shades. But they have shades that support Thread, and so they work over Thread. I think they also have Zigbee, maybe Wi-Fi as well. And the prices aren't really too bad. So I haven't like gone through and actually configured some of these to see just how high they get. I guess kind of depends there, but that seems, I think that's still probably a little cheaper than the Eve shades. But yeah, they do support, let's see. So they got HomeKit over Thread. So that's really nice. So just like the Eve roller shades. And I don't see on here their Matter stuff yet, so I don't think their Matter shades they're not selling them yet. I found that's why I was kind of interested to see them with a ad on Instagram. It was like a sponsored ad showcasing the Matter shades, but I did get some. I'm testing them out, and I'll probably bring a full video if you guys are interested. Let me know what kind of questions you have about those, and I'll try to answer them in that video. But yeah, those would be the first, I guess those would be the first roller shades that I've used that support Matter out of the box. So I know the Eve stuff will be updated also pretty soon. So, and let's see, another thing I did want to mention here, and let's see how many, we got a few viewers here. For anybody, and I'm going to share this because I got an email today. So I know I made a video on this a while back, and I know a number of people who have got one of these since I made that video. Sorry, I keep going the wrong one. So this is the Yardian Pro Smart Sprinkler Controller. It works with Apple HomeKit. I've been using this to control my sprinkler system through HomeKit for probably like 2 years now, I want to say. It's worked great, but I got an email today. So if you have one of these, check your email, and they should have sent you something, but I got this email saying that if you have a certain power adapter, you can get a replacement because they noticed some issues that could happen when, that could arise when any of the valve wires or common wires come into contact with the soil or water due to damaged wires or corroded splices. So, and there is a way to get a replacement. So you can reach out to them, support@aeonmatrix.com, or you should have gotten one of these emails. So I checked mine and I don't have this. So if you don't have that little symbol, you can get a replacement power adapter. So I'm going to probably go through that. I just wanted to share that because I know a number of people who have reached out at different times have gotten this. So if you have one of those, you might want to look into that. Let's see. I'd love to see a video of those. Are we talking about Pokey McMaster? Are we talking about the shades, the Matter shades? Sometimes the chat's a little behind, so I just want to make sure I'm, yeah, measuring windows is fun. Yeah, always fun. Definitely make sure you measure good though. Rekey the other locks. Yeah, well, that maybe could work, but if you already have like 3 other locks keyed to one key, you don't want to rekey 3 other locks. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the boat that I was in, personally. Yeah, the Matter shades. Okay, yeah, stay tuned. I definitely plan to release a video on that. I did set them up. Didn't have any issues with them at all so far, so pretty happy with them. I wasn't really sure what to expect with those, to be honest. I remember when SmartWings kind of first came on the scene, or when I first noticed them, they just sold Bluetooth shades, and they kind of, and they did support HomeKit, but it was over Bluetooth, and then they got into Thread, and now they're getting into Matter. So it looks like they're doing a lot there. And they have a lot of options for customization and stuff, which is really nice too. I did want to also update you guys. I know last week or two, some people were asking me on updates for the Onvis smart plug. Gosh, I keep going to the wrong one. I got to break that habit. The Onvis smart plug. So I did get one of these set up and started using this. This supports Apple Home over Matter. Well, I should say Matter over Thread, which is nice. So this is another Thread option. Not a bad price too for 2 of these smart plugs. And yeah, so far I don't have any complaints. Onvis has been very hit or miss in my experience with their different products, but so far I haven't had any issues with this. So again, this was asked, I know, last week or two, so just wanted to update you guys on that. So far, no issues. I have it, let's see, actually right here in my test room, so it is working. I actually just checked it to make sure it's still working. I don't have anything plugged into it, but yeah, connected to HomeKit over Thread. Through Matter, I should state. Just ordered the Habitat C8 and EcoNet water shutoff valve. Awesome, Gary. That's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that water shutoff valve is awesome. Hopefully you never need it, but if you do, definitely great to have. Let's see. Was there any more updates I wanted to bring to you guys? Oh yeah, I mentioned these last week. So I just saw these and then they sent me some of these. So this is a Matter smart bulb. I always want to say LinkedIn when I see this, but Linkind, I guess. I don't know. But it's A dot. I'm not really sure how to say that either. But they make different bulbs, and I've got some of these. I haven't tried these out yet, but if you guys want to see more, let's see what they look like here. Oh, there's 3 of them. Oh, there's 4 of them in here. Yeah, well, 4-pack. I don't know why I thought there was only 2 of them in there. But we got a little Matter light bulb. So these are Matter over Wi-Fi, I believe. So starting to get more products that will support HomeKit through Matter, which is pretty cool to see. So like a product like this in the past, you see there's no HomeKit code here. This will support Matter. Will support HomeKit, I should say, through Matter. So that's nice. We're starting to see these brands who before never supported HomeKit, probably too costly to develop and get certified for that. But now with Matter, we can get these into HomeKit. So I'll try these out here too as well. I don't use a lot of smart bulbs, but I know a lot of people do. So I'll try to test those out as well. Lawrence says, I love the link. Ling kind of bulbs. Am I saying that right? I feel like I'm not. Again, I just want to say LinkedIn. But Lawrence says they work great. So that's awesome. That's good to know. Definitely good to know. I will try them out and try out these Matter versions. And it looks like this Matter, these right here, these are available right now. So again, they are Wi-Fi bulbs. So I don't know how you feel about that. I probably wouldn't want a ton of Wi-Fi bulbs in my house, but for just a few here and there, why not? And they support Matter. The price, I mean, $60 for 4 Matter bulbs. Probably can't beat that. Waiting on the Matter update for Homey. Awesome. Yeah, so I want to get into the Homey and try some of that stuff. I'd like to see, I want to try their Bridge Pro, the Homey Bridge Pro, Homey Pro, is it called? Let's see, let's look that up. I actually got some stuff from Homey, but it's not their Pro Bridge, and I haven't set it up yet. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Yeah, I talked to these guys out at CES when I was there, and yeah, really excited to try out the Homey Pro. Hopefully I'll get a chance to. Let's see. Wonder where we're at on the development of that. You can pre-order it now. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Matter coming Q2 of 2023. So, maybe it'll actually ship with Matter support. That's awesome. Z-Wave Plus, so you could use this for like the Econet Bulldog if you have Z-Wave products like that. Zigbee infrared thread coming Q3 2020. So, I mean, this is like the ultimate hub here, kind of. And I'm wondering if they have estimated shipping dates on here. Yeah, I'm excited to try this. Anybody else using Homey right now? Matter only in beta. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of Matter in beta. A lot of these, even these products you're buying now, like I think SwitchBot Hub 2, I think it still says beta on the Matter. What else was there? Something else I just was using. And the Matter support was in beta. Seeing a lot of that. Homey don't play. Jeff. Nice. Okay, Lawrence. So Lawrence must have the Matter bulbs since he got them paired flawlessly with Apple, Amazon, Google, SmartThings, and Home Assistant. Man, that must be a confusing house to talk to all those voice assistants. Which one do you use for voice assistants? If you got all of them in there. I do have Google set up now, so I set that up just to start using Matter stuff. I haven't dealt with Amazon. It's like I just was reading something else about Amazon privacy issues in the news again. I have a hard time going in with Amazon, but I have been using Google, but I still don't use it that much. I guess it's just habits, Pokemon Master, wait, is the Homey Hub going to be just like the one controls your shutoff valve that only available in Europe? Yeah, so are you talking about the Habitat C8, which was just mentioned? That it's similar. So, I mean, all these kind of devices are pretty similar. The Homey doesn't support Matter, I don't think, right now, but I believe they're working on it. I'd have to double check that. But yeah, so you've got Homey Pro, Habitat, the Hoobs Pro, that's kind of similar. So let's see. I mean, all these devices are kind of, and I've been a fan of Hoobs for a long time. Oh, sorry, wrong one again. So you can also pre-order Hoobs Pro right now. First batch sold out and shipping soon. Second batch you can pre-order right now. So similar kind of thing here. Wi-Fi, Thread, Matter, Zigbee, Bluetooth. I don't think this one has Z-Wave, so that might be one difference between Hoobs and the Habitat and Homey Pro. But yeah, same kind of concept. I feel like we're going to see a number of these kinds of products. Let's see. Alexa is for voice. Oops, sorry. I probably just set off your devices. Apple for dashboard and automation. Google for displays. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And I did get the Google. I got when I was like, okay, got to do Matter here for the channel. I did get the one with the display. I have so many devices that are in Apple Home. I just haven't taken the time. Most of them probably will work with Google. I just haven't taken the time to set them all up and move everything over. I think that's why I haven't really used it. Yes, I will check the Q&A. I haven't got to it yet. We still got a little bit of time, so I'm going to get to those questions here in a minute. I have to kind of go back and forth. It's not the most seamless process, but I will. Yeah, I can go ahead and switch over to the questions since I'm sure you guys may have stuff to do. Let's start answering some questions. Okay, questions. Let's see what we got over here. All right, we do got a few. Any idea of a smart message board that connects to Lady A? I do not use Lady A, as I just discussed. Try not to set off your devices there. So I would not be the best one to answer this question. I have not used the Amazon voice assistant in a long time. Easiest HomeKit smart bulb out of the box. I mean, honestly, HomeKit products are all kind of, they're just designed to work, as long as you get something from a decent brand. So Lawrence was saying that these work well for him. These are Matter bulbs, but, Nanoleaf, they work well. Those support HomeKit over Thread or Matter over Thread if you get the new Nanoleaf bulbs, but pretty much all of them, you just scan the code, connect it to Apple Home, and you should be good to go. So really anything that supports Apple Home should be pretty easy to set up. Let's see. Lone Star Trent says iOS 17 beta has been great with Apple Home for me. Good to hear. I have it here on my iPad. This is like my wall-mounted iPad actually. I pull it down and kind of play with iOS 17 a little bit on here. I'm still scared to install the betas, the developer betas on all of my main devices, so I haven't jumped into that yet. Smart Home Solo, hey, how's it going? Glad you could make it. Just finished installing the Aqara lock. Happy, awesome. Sandeep S, very glad to hear that. Glad you're like it. Seems like there's a number of people here who got that Aqara lock. Very cool to hear. To do Smart Home Solo, I told YouTube to remind me. It just now popped in the notifications. Oh man, yeah, gotta love YouTube notifications. I tell you, sometimes that's why I do try to post also on Instagram earlier in the day on Wednesdays. You can also set a little reminder on there, and I do put also in our Discord server. So hopefully somehow you'll get those. But every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're here live. I'm glad you finally got that notification, though, and could hang out with us. Brandon says, I use sync bulbs. Okay, very nice. I have not used any of those. LifeX, Frederick says, I really like my LifeX bulbs. I've heard mixed reviews about the LifeX bulbs. I know they just got rebought by, let's see, who did they get? I can't remember who they got bought out by recently, so I'm not sure the status on those, but I'm glad to hear you like those. And again, I don't use a lot of smart bulbs myself, so and Matt Corey, the developer in the house, says don't install betas on your real devices. Yeah, let me see. I'm going to get to, we need to highlight that right there. So this is coming from an actual app developer. Don't install the betas on your devices. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And these will be the people who start hitting me up with all kinds of questions like this isn't working, that's not working, I don't understand. And it's often they're using a beta. Definitely don't want to do that. It can definitely mess some things up, and I don't think Apple's going to give you much or any support if you're using betas like that. Could be wrong, but Is it true that iPad still doesn't have optimized charging? Someone on YouTube said it. I'm not sure, Lurk Jerk, about that. What you mean by optimized charging? I know it has like smart charging, so you can like leave it plugged in. I'm not sure if that's the same thing or if you're talking about something else. Hello from Sweden, Mr. Alexander. Hello, nice to have you all the way from Sweden. Baba is trolling Whiz lights. Okay, I haven't used those either. Nice. So we've got some good recommendations for different lights here. I have used, let's see, VocalLink smart bulbs. I used a lot of VocalLink stuff early on because they were one of the first brands that was really making affordable kind of stuff for HomeKit early on. I do have a few Philips Hue bulbs. I don't use a lot of Philips Hue stuff. And yeah, Nanoleaf bulbs. That's it really for me. Oh, it's a battery setting. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. Thank you, Smart Home Solo. Oh yeah, thank you. I did see this. Appreciate that. Reminded me of that. I forgot all about that. Controller for HomeKit. See if I can pull that up. So controller for HomeKit, one of my favorite third-party HomeKit apps. If you haven't used this, especially if you're starting to become a little bit more of a power, user, I guess you could say, for HomeKit, this is a great app, and they did just release. So one of their big features is these advanced HomeKit notifications, customized notifications. Let me see. I guess this is it right here. So yeah, they did just release an update, and Sandeep, sorry, says was not able to get the new shared notifications to work. So that's been the new update, is you can now do shared notifications. I haven't tried this personally, so I wish I could give you some advice on that, but I have not tried out this feature personally. But yeah, hopefully it is a great app. I use it all the time for, especially for like advanced automations and kind of just organizing. It's got some really nice maintenance features for kind of maintaining your smart home. There was no support email address, tweeted at them and nothing. Maybe it will work for you. Yeah, I might have to give that a try. That means I'll have to get my wife's phone or something. Or maybe I might have another Apple ID I might can try something with and see if we can get that to work. I'm surprised you couldn't get a hold. There should be some. Is there a support option in the app? I feel like there is, but I could be wrong about that. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the questions, guys. If you have a question, leave it in there. I will get to them, I promise. Let's see, is Siri more often active when she shouldn't? I don't know what you mean by this, Lurk Jerk. If you mean like more false triggers, maybe since they removed the hey. Again, I'm not using the betas anywhere except for this iPad, and I am afraid of this. If that's the question, that is what I'm afraid of. But we will see. What's the glowing device underneath your TV? Oh, that's the Yeelight cubes. Yeah, so Dan, that's the Yeelight cubes. They support Matter. I did a whole video on them probably about a month ago. Is there a curtain bot that is native HomeKit or Matter and does not use a hub? Let me think about that. I used, no, I don't think there is. There, you got Akara has the curtain bot, requires a hub that connects over Zigbee. You got SwitchBot that requires a hub for Matter support, and HomeKit that does require a hub. And then there's, I also use ZemiSmart. Curtain bot that also requires a hub, so I don't think there is one that does not require a hub. Yeah, Smart Home Solo it says, I feel like there is going to be more false positives, and what if your daughter's name happens to be Siri, or even like Stacy, or like my daughter Macy? Like, I can't tell you how many times I've said, hey, Macy, and then Siri thinks, I'm trying to see it. Okay, I must have said it very clearly, so it didn't trigger anything. I can't tell you how many times Siri thought I was talking to her when I'm actually talking to my daughter. So, yeah, we'll see how well that goes. I am not super optimistic about that. what brand has the best color, hue, or Nanoleaf? I don't really know which one has the best. Nanoleaf's colors aren't super bright. They have good colors, but I don't know if they're super bright. And I haven't really compared them side by side, so I'm not sure about that. The Govee has really good colors. I do really like the Govee colors on their new M1 light strip, the one that supports Matter, but I haven't really compared those closely. All right, can you please find out when the SmartMe Fan 3 HomeKit will come out in the US? Thanks. I have no idea what you're talking about, so let's do a quick Google search. SmartMe Fan 3. I do have the SmartMe, okay, standing fan 3. It looks pretty cool. Gosh, sorry, I keep going to the wrong camera there. That's pretty cool. SmartMe Fan 3. Does this support HomeKit? Or Apple Home, I should say. Let's see. Smart Control. Xiaomi. Oh, it's got Google Assistant. Well, it doesn't support Apple Home. At least I can't see that it does. Usually they would have that pretty prominent, if so. Yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea. Looks like it's available in Europe maybe right now. But I know literally nothing about this other than what we have just looked up. So it supports Google Assistant. I don't think it supports Apple Home. So Sandeep says, any idea about the launch of the Nanoleaf Skylight? What's the next toy on the list? Oh man, I can't wait for that. So I assure you, when those come, when those are released, I definitely want to get me some. I think it's going to be later in this year. I don't have an official date or anything like that. This is what we're talking about here, guys, the Nanoleaf Skylight. So it's kind of like a modular light. You replace one, it kind of replaces your ceiling light, and then you can add on to them. So you can kind of set these in all different patterns, and they kind of connect, sort of like the Nanoleaf shapes and stuff like that on your ceiling. I would guess if this comes this year, probably Q4. So we'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to get some here in the studio. I've got a lot of Nanoleaf stuff in here. So, do you use Home Dash? I do not use Home Dash, Tim. I don't use Home Dash. So I'm trying to jump back and forth, if you guys can't tell, between the questions. So if you have a question, leave it in the Q&A section. It's pinned up top. And I will definitely answer all these questions. And I'm also trying to kind of keep up with the chat too. But I may miss your question if you drop it in the chat. So questions. Hit that. Well, I guess maybe it's, I don't know where it's at. It's pinned at the top of the chat for you. Doubt they will be cheap. Yeah, Nanoleaf stuff usually, their essentials are priced very well, but their other stuff are pretty pricey. Like I got the Nanoleaf lines back there. I also have some Nanoleaf stuff over here. Those can get pretty pricey. Is there any thread dimmer switch that is available? I can't find the Wemo one, and I'm wondering if it's discontinued. Yeah, so Wemo has been kind of, let me see if I can find it. Wemo has been kind of, I'm not sure what's been up with them lately. So Wemo dimmer switch, let's see. No, that's not the right one. I'm trying to see if I can find it maybe on their website. Spin to win. Okay, no thank you. No thank you. Gotta love pop-ups. So this is it right here. So this is the Wemo dimmer with thread. What is this? Is this the support page? Let's see if we can find it. That's it right there. New smart dimmer. This is weird. Out of stock. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know of any other ones that support thread. There is the Eve switch, but it's not a dimmer. So yeah, I don't know. Jeff says, I have a few Wemo thread switches. I'd be happy to sell you if you're in the US. So there you go. Well, maybe Jeff, you and Surplus Toaster can connect there. Tracy says, thanks for all the just want to say thanks for all the comments about the U100 lock last week. Got it installed. Works great. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Nice. We definitely have a number of people who've got that new U100 lock. Yeah, the price is great. Can't beat the price on that for a home key lock. I think they really nailed that. I don't want the switch, specifically a dimmer with thread. Yeah, I don't know of any dimmer. I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, that's the only one that I know of that supported thread. All right, next question. Does anyone know if the first generation HomePod will get iOS 17 developer beta? I'm not sure about the betas, but they should be able to update with iOS or HomePod OS 17, I've been told. I haven't tried, and I'm not sure about the betas, but they should be able to update. Anyone seen problems with the car cameras after the most recent firmware upgrade for them? I had problems viewing them via Home app on my iPad. Got better after power cycling the iPad. I don't know of any issues. Let me see if mine are working. Let's see, we're talking about the Aqara cameras. Where do I have an Aqara camera? Got so much stuff in the house right now. Let's see, I think I have one. Nope, it's not there. Where did I put that? Okay. Oh, actually, let's see. Oh, I might need to reset that guy. Yeah, I've got one that says no response right now, actually. Oh, wait, nope. Is it working? See my live stream. Oh, no, it's working. So, yeah, I don't know. And I only use, let's see, I think that's the only Aqara camera. I only have one that I use regularly anymore. So, and I haven't seen any issues with it. I don't know if anybody else has. Y'all drop a comment down there for Garance, if so. And George says had to do power cycle all mine. So there you go, maybe a power cycle. And I did restart my Wi-Fi, so I rebooted my router recently, so a lot of times that will fix problems like that, so maybe that's why mine hasn't given me any issues either. Is there another comparable sensor like the Aqara FP2 that works with HomeKit? There is not. The Aqara FP2 is the only sensor of its kind. Any plans to use Kbin or Lemly now that Reddit is doing whatever they're doing? I do not have any plans to use any of those. I'm not even familiar with a couple of those. Reddit, I haven't really been active on Reddit in a long time anyways. Oh yeah, good question. What do you think of the purchase of Eve by ABB? Will they continue to make good products as they are now? So this is a good question. Thank you for this. For those that don't know, I wonder if I can Eve. So for those that don't know, Eve was recently bought out. Let's see, here is a 9to5 Mac little article about it. Smart home company Eve bought by multi-billion-dollar. So there was a press release earlier this week about this. And so yeah, Eve Systems, they're one of our favorite smart home brands, at least one of my favorite smart home brands. They make actually that Eve Flare that I got back there, a bunch of the Eve products. Really been on the forefront of Thread and Matter for the past couple years. They were recently bought out by ABB. And at first, this made me really nervous because I like Eve as is, but I was assured over in our Discord server, actually, a number of people who are familiar with ABB and some of the products and just more familiar with the company had really good things to say about them. So with that, based on that advice, it seems like it could be a good thing and hopefully won't affect, especially the quality. I don't think it's going to affect the quality. It sounds like ABB has been really good, so I don't know if anybody else has any experience with them. You can drop that in the comments as well. But like I said, a few of our channel members spoke really highly of them and their products and customer satisfaction and all that stuff over on our Discord server. So that made me feel a little bit better about it, and Again, I don't think the quality will be affected, and that's really what we're looking for because, Eve, I think, has had some of the best quality as far as their products go, and yeah, hopefully that will continue. Yeah, I think they are Alert Jerk. I'm not sure if they're German, but definitely European somewhere, so that's why I'm not too familiar with them. But again, I've been hearing good things since this news came out, so hopefully, hopefully it'll be a good thing. And I do have some contacts over at Eve, and they're excited about that, from what I'm told. So hopefully it'll be all good for everybody, and they'll still be able to crank out, some great products for us and keep innovating, because I think Eve is one of those companies who has been innovating in the past year or two, especially. Let's see. And Frederick says thoughts on the Eve buyout. Yep. So there we go. Let's see. I can't get HomeKit guest access feature available with my Aqara Smart Lock Zigbee. Any ideas? Um, I'm not sure. You have to. There's two ways. I don't know if you're trying to do it in the Home app or in the Aqara app. In the Home app, you can go to Manage Access. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Home setting. I'm on the beta here, so let's see. I don't want to make sure I don't share anything on live on the internet that I shouldn't be. Studio lock. So I mean, you should be able to. Yeah, I don't want to put some of the email addresses on here, but you should be able to add guests in the manage access. I don't know what issues you're having or if you're having errors. It's kind of hard to troubleshoot stuff like that without knowing more information, but I haven't had any issues with it. You can create new guest codes right there in the Home app as long as you have it set up with HomeKit. You can also do it in the Aqara app, but they are separate. So, it's kind of one or the other as far as I can tell. So if you're using a HomeKit for those guests, you can do that, do it in the Home app, or you can use Aqara. But if you do it in one, it's not going to reflect in the other. So if you buy products from different companies, it's hard to keep up with all the hubs. I don't really have issues with this, Vicky. I have a number of different hubs. Somebody just asked me recently how many hubs I have, and I think I'm like around 8 or 10, somewhere like that. I don't really have issues with it. It's a matter of preference, I guess. I personally, if I'm going to have like 20 different light switches in my house, I'd rather have all those connect to one hub because, if I ever have any issues or whatever, or have to move or change routers or something, it's just one hub that connects, all those switches to HomeKit. So in that regard, I don't mind hubs at all. And usually those hub devices, the child products work very well. I feel like I had to sneeze. Sorry. I don't know if it's going to go away. But yeah, I don't have any issues with it. I have many, many products from many different brands, and the hubs itself is not really an issue, I don't think. Yeah, and if you don't like hubs, and don't want to deal with that, then just kind of do a little planning beforehand, and try to make it so you don't have to have a bunch of them. But like Lutron, for example, I've got light switches all over the place from Lutron, so that hub makes a lot of sense for me. Same thing with Aqara. I love all the Aqara sensors and different child accessories that I can use throughout my house, so having an Aqara hub makes sense for me as well. Like Philips Hue is probably one that I could probably do without, actually, because I think at this point I have less Philips Hue lights than when I started. I probably only actually have no, I do have one or two outdoor lights now, so I've got to keep it. But I've only got like maybe 3 Philips Hue, but still, it doesn't matter. As long as you got a spot on your router or a network switch or something like that for it, it's fine. When Avis starts sending new smart plugs with Matter, when will they? I guess I ordered 4 plugs, the EU version. So we were looking at that earlier, and it says, let's see, right here, pre-orders placed between May 5th and May 31st. We'll start shipping early July. So I guess if you placed your order between that time frame, early July is when you should be able to expect that. Any news about HomePod Mini OS? Sure like to send spoken messages to HomePod just like in personal automations. Haven't heard any updates in regards to that feature. Again, would love to see that as well. But so far haven't seen that. We'll be keeping an eye on all the betas and stuff. That's what's kind of exciting the next few months. We'll see. There will be some changes. Some stuff might be added. Some stuff might be taken away, but we'll keep an eye on that. And I would love to see that feature as well, too. Mike says, come on, Philips Hue. Yeah, I really don't use a lot of Philips Hue stuff. They were just so pricey in the beginning, so I kind of started using other lighting products. But I do really like their outdoor stuff. Hey Shane, do you know any suggest any smart switches like a Aqara mini switch, but like a set of 4? I need multiple control things of the wall. A Aqara mini. So let's see. Off the wall. So I'm trying to think. So this right here, I have a hard time. I've had some issues with this right here. So this is one. This is the Onvis. Come on, focus. This is the Onvis. I forget the name of it. But you can detach it. It has a little magnetic base. And I've been testing it, and battery life and reliability have not been superb on this. Actually, the Onvis Smart Plug I've had better luck with than this. But the idea of this is awesome. This is 5 programmable button switch. I don't think this is available yet. I'm actually on the Onvis site right now. Let's see if I can find this on here. I think they have had some issues with getting the HomeKit certification to go through, because this was supposed to be available a while ago and it still hasn't been released. So I don't think this is actually available yet. I'm trying to think of other. The Hue button. So that's a good option. Philips Hue makes one. The Hue, what is it called? The Hue, I want to say Hue Go, but that's a light. Yeah, they actually call it Philips Hue Dimmer Switch, don't they? Which is kind of misleading, I feel like, because it's actually a wireless switch. So if you have a Philips Hue hub, you could look at one of these. That would give you a few different buttons right there that are programmable in HomeKit. Hue Tap. Okay, thank you. That is another one, I think. The Hue Tap. Oh, is this the new one right here? So they've got a few different ones. I'm not sure which one is the new one. Trying to think if there's anything else that you can use. Another thing, this is kind of gimmicky, but another option is the Aqara Cube. So again, a little gimmicky, but I did do a video actually on this on the channel a while ago. But this here supports HomeKit, and you can kind of like place it on different sides, and each one can trigger different HomeKit scenes and stuff like that. I have one right here. I would show you. Where is it? Somewhere over here on my desk, but it would change all the lights and stuff in my room if I pick it up and move it. Maybe that's an option. Yeah, Flick is I like Flick buttons as well. So there's a bunch of different like smart buttons like Flick, but if you want multiple buttons, there's probably not as many options. Just don't play dice with the Aqara Cube. Yeah, have your Hue Tap is a 4-button circular button. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, okay. But sorry, wrong one. So there we go. So the Hue Tap, but does this support HomeKit? And I do not know the answer. So somebody let me know if you can program these buttons to work to control HomeKit or Apple Home scenes. Oh yeah, Apple Home right there. So yeah, if you have a Philips Hue hub, so maybe that's a good option for you. So there we go. Another good option. Appreciate that. Good suggestions, guys. Mike says the Hue Tap supports HomeKit, but not the dial. Yeah, totally makes sense. Yeah, okay, cool. So you can use the dial for lights and stuff like that, Philips Hue lights, but not HomeKit. But the buttons will work. Good stuff. Okay, cool. Let me try to get through. We got some more questions. Running out of time. Let's see. What are the chances you get an interview with Craig Federighi like some other YouTubers I have asked? Let's see. Some other YouTubers have asked him why Apple won't let us choose our own hub. Yeah, I think the chances are very slim that I would get a chance to interview Craig Federighi, but who knows? Maybe one day. What is the one Apple device that made you say, okay, I am all in for Apple? You know, this was like way back when I first started doing like graphic design kind of work and stuff. I was actually in college, and it was a Mac. I think I was using a Power Mac G5 in college, and I was like, man, you know, I had Photoshop and all that kind of stuff at the college. I was like, okay, I love this. And yeah, ever since then, I've been an Apple fan. And then I waited a number of years before I was able to get an iPhone, and the first iPhone that I got was the iPhone 5S. And yeah, you know, at that point, it was a sealed deal for sure. Do you think Matter bulbs will support adaptive lighting anytime soon? I don't know. I would like to think yes, but I'm not super optimistic about that. So soon, I hesitate to say yes, that it would support it soon. Eventually, maybe, but I wouldn't be holding my breath if you really want that feature. I've switched to Hue lights from Nanoleaf. Bulbs fine, don't like thread. Sometimes my automations turn off. Hue lights, they get to 1%. Have you or others, gosh, sorry, I keep having this pop up. Okay, there we go. Have you or others seen this before? Has anybody else seen this issue? So I haven't noticed this. I do have a few Hue lights, especially a light strip that I use in automations every day. I have not seen this, but if anybody else has, let us know in the comments. So you switched to Hue. I know Jeff was having some issues with his thread network, so he went from Nanoleaf to Hue. You know, one thing you might can try, Jeff, is maybe going and, if you haven't already, and try to edit your automation in like the Controller for HomeKit app or the Eve app or something like that, where you can actually access all the different attributes of that light. Like you can kind of pull up specifically the brightness, the power state, color, saturation, all that, and maybe just set the brightness, specifically all the way to 0 in one of those apps, and see if maybe that would do the trick for you. That might work. That's what I would try. Caroline says, you had an iPod Touch. Oh, look at that. Caroline is in the chat. Yeah, she's actually totally right about that. You know what? I forgot. That may have been the one. So that was probably about the same time I was using the G5 at college, so I got an iPod Touch. Yeah, she's right. I had that thing plugged into my car for many years. So after college, I had it plugged into my car and had a little dial I can control all my music and stuff like that. Yeah, I still have that thing too. It was the first generation iPod Touch, or not iPod Touch, but iPod Video. I don't know what they called it. It was the first generation iPod that could do video. So yeah, I forgot about that one. Nope, haven't heard anything about an Apple Smart Display either. I sure hope so. Now we got some more questions. I'll try to get to a few more. We got to go soon, though. We've been running over a little bit. Let's see. Try to run through a couple more of these. Can old Z-Wave and Zigbee devices connect with HomeKit, although they were not compatible years ago when purchased? I use SmartThings and Lady A. I see changes coming and don't want to start over. So if you're using something like the Habitat bridge, the Habitat C8 is a new one. You just have to see what devices you have and what can work. So Habitat, you can pair a lot of generic Zigbee and Z-Wave devices, and that's one of those where the HomeKit integration is in beta, but you can get that into HomeKit. Same thing with Homey Pro. So a lot of those devices that support Z-Wave and Zigbee, you probably will be able to, like the Homey Pro. And I think the current Homey bridge, you can do this also. So yeah, it should be possible, but again, it may just depend on which devices you have. How's the room tour coming along? It's coming. It's coming. Stay tuned. Hopefully in a couple weeks, we'll get the whole studio tour over on YouTube. Is it difficult to convert to HomeKit now that there are so many devices available? I'm not really sure what you mean by this, Tony. Is it difficult to convert to HomeKit now that there is so many devices available? I mean, I guess it depends on where you're starting. If you have a lot of stuff already, converting over to HomeKit might be a bit of a challenge, but yeah, no time like the present, right? Is there a way to view 3 Aqara G3 cameras at once? I want to switch from the 2 Arlo baby cameras we have. Third kid on the way, but my wife likes to keep the app open overnight while the kids are asleep. Yeah, so let's see. Trying to see. So one thing you can do, let me see if I can show you this here without showing anything I don't want to show you. Okay, this should work. So in the home app, like first of all, just if you have your favorites, so you can see like your cameras right here, so you can have these up all the time if you want in the home app. So these are, favored and shown on the home tab. And also if you tap on that right there, you can see a list of all your cameras. So these are typically going to be like snapshots, but you can see they update every few seconds. So 2 seconds, 3 seconds. And then of course you can just tap in to any one whenever you want to and then go back. So yeah, you should be able to view them all that way if you want to. Hope that helps. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us today. I hope I was able to answer all the questions. I tried to get to everybody's best I could. I appreciate you guys hanging out here as always. It's been fun hanging out, talking about smart home stuff. Join us every week. We'll be right here every Wednesday, same time. And yeah, we'll talk about any new stuff, a lot of betas. Should be some exciting times in the next couple of months, more Matter products on the way and reviews and all that good stuff. Yeah, like Green Arrow said, smash that like button. I think YouTube likes that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys soon. God bless.